There it is. All right, man, it's gonna be a good race.
Definitely will be. If it was anything like ours, it'll be interesting for sure.
So what do you think then here? So it looks like it's gonna be from the information we've got from the pit lane. Looks like we got ourselves a dry race. So really quick, I see MST, Cam, and Tone on mediums. Yeah.
And it looks like Tone's already spun out.
Lucky for him, doesn't matter. I think he's on his outlap. So for everyone that's joining, welcome. Round 1 of the Premier Tier. This is going to be some insane competition here. So who's going to be the first to cross the line? It looks like let's go on board with Adri. Adri just crossed the line. He's starting his hot lap. What are the keys to this circuit, T-Widow? Talk to us.
Well, I believe that one of the keys of the circuit is maintaining those tires. The integrity of the tires is very, very key.
A lot of fast corners.
A lot of fast corners. You gotta make sure that if you're gonna, take advantage of a corner to cutting, that you don't jeopardize coming out of it.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, that's what causes you to spin here.
Yep. I fully agree. You try to take too much lap time on the entry, you're going to lose it on the exit. So it's that fine balance, and it's those that find the balance best that are going to find themselves on pole today. And as we say that, looks like Adri has invalidated his lap. So let's go to the next runner here. It looks like it's a McLaren. Tone, and he's also invalidated his lap. So let's go to the next car. It looks like Szejek, however you pronounce that, but he's on an outlap. So let's go to the car behind him. And that's Victify, so he's the next car. So who's up in the chat? Grumpy, Rusty, how's it going, guys? Rusty saying good luck, Team Mercedes. Oh, and it looks like the AlphaTauri behind Victify went a little wide. Let's see what Victify can do.
I've noticed a couple of cars already of...
They're pushing.
Yeah, they are pushing.
Pushing real hard. But that's the reality. So Victify with the 122.
Yep.
I don't think that'll stand for long. Cam with the 120.8 on the medium tires. Man, that guy is...
I like the idea of coming out on the medium tire and seeing about where you're at as far as your fastest lap can go.
That's not a bad idea, but yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Steinzap is crossing the line on the softs, and he puts it on pole with the 120.165. So Steinzap, provisional pole. iConnects with the 121.311. He's in third on the second row. See who else is crossing the line. Looks like Military Shadows crossing the line. He puts it into fourth with the 121.5. Yeah, so the guys are now tit for tat on the times. It's gonna shuffle back and forth until the final laps. I would imagine. But see go on.
I was just gonna say you're definitely gonna see somebody break into the 119s, but for the most part 120s.
I think the most part is going to be most people in the 120s, but the top runners are definitely going to be in the 19s. It's possible that we could even see some into the 18s. So we'll see. Looks like Vixify's out of fuel there. He's back in the pits. And Steinmine, 120.143, a hair faster than Stein Zapp, so he's on provisional pole. Great lap from Steinmine. Let's see, it looks like...
Oh, and it's looking like a good bit of the drivers are, I believe it's in Sector 3 with that long sweeping right-hander that has that runoff bump.
Yep, yeah.
It's really going to cause a lot of problems for some
All right,
drivers
let's go on. And Sparkplugs is in the house. He's saying go Team Haas. So yeah, go Haas. Let's go on board with Adri. We know Adri is lightning quick. So what can he do in response to these times from the top runners? Cam, go ahead.
One of the key things that they're going to need to do right now is there's, you know, putting it on the line, but they need to calm down, get a good lap in. They still have multiple tries at it. I do believe that's one of the pressures, though, as part of qualifying. As you start seeing the times roll in, you start getting a little bit anxious, and that's when you start making mistakes.
Yeah. And it looks like Sejek, I think he crashed out in the fast chicane. He must have lost traction on the curb. So Adri now Sector 3. Cali Rob gets out of the way. Heads up driving from Cali Rob. Cali Rob, one of our veterans. So what can Adri do here?
He's looked good so far.
I think he went a touch wide in the penultimate corner, but he's flat out in the final corner. Really nice exit. Where would this put him? P1, 119.7.
Good lap by Adri.
Yep. Will be W. Butler. He improved slightly. He's at a 121.419. So we've got Cam that's going to start, and Tone, I believe. Tone is about to cross the line here. P2, 120.111. So this is awesome for Tone. Tone, who's had some troubles, it seems, sometimes with getting a clean lap in. Finally got the clean lap in. It's good to see Tone back here near the top. And his teammate Cam's going to start his hot lap. And he's on the softs now. Cam had put the initial time on the mediums. FedEx Runner 6th, FLR 5th. That drops Steinmine and Stein Zapp to 3rd and 4th respectively.
So 2 through 7th, it looks like down into the 120s and fairly close to each other.
Really, really close. See, I was wondering why these people were putting in the times on the mediums, as Cam sets the fastest Sector 1, so Cam is on for a pole here if he gets this lap just right. But I was wondering, because I know that you can do the one-stops off the medium, so what would be the purpose of the medium? Because you wouldn't need to go medium to hard, but who knows? Maybe they were just getting a feel for the car and didn't want to waste their softs.
More or less probably what I was thinking. You got the time to do a medium run,
yeah,
including the 3 softs.
If you
so.
Oh! And Cam's out. Cam's out. The Widowmaker, the curb.
Oh man, Widowmaker for sure. I did that myself.
So Cam is out.
Tough break.
Luckily he's out of the way there, and we hope Cam will be okay. It looks like he's moving his head. Looks like he's all right. Alright, so who's over here? Looks like iConnex is going to start a hot lap. But it looks like also there's a Mercedes. That's Huba. No, who is that? Yeah, Huba Lee. Huba Lee starting his hot lap. Let's go on board with Huba Lee. We know Huba Lee's quick. On raw pace, I think Huba Lee's one of our fastest guys. Maybe a smidge behind some of the guys like Adri, but he's very, very quick. Military Shadow getting out of the way, so heads up driving from him. And it looks like Huba Lee's backed off.
It on, pole
wow.
The 119.3.
I missed that one completely. Great lap from Renee. Renee, who is relishing the fight with a lot of these new fast guys. And he's showing them that he doesn't care. He's not going to back down. Military Shadow's in the stream. What's up, Military Shadow? That's true. Grumpy is saying medium soft works is a great strategy if you can qualify near the front. So let's see, who is crossing the line? It looks like there's an Alfa Romeo of Dace. Let's stay on board with Dace. Dace is mighty, mighty quick. He's on his outlap. So let's see what he can do. He's down in 15 at the moment, just from not setting the time. So someone just set a time. Who is that?
FedEx runner, was it?
No, Hubali set a time, I think. Hubali set a time, but he had backed off, so now he's going to do, I think, one more time lap.
Oh, okay.
I'm still on board with Dace. Dace just put in the fastest Sector 1. Man, the action is moving so fast in this Premier tier. But so far, Renee on provisional pole, 119.3. What do you think so far, T?
I mean, I feel like, you know, it's still really early. The track's still evolving. You're gonna see even faster times.
Yep. And Dace just put in also the faster Sector 2. So the provisional poles to play for here.
Yeah, Dace is making a great run for it.
We know he's quick. If he can keep it tidy, he's in the game. He had to hesitate a smidge there, but
yeah, it looks like he hesitated a little bit in the last.
And I think that cost him a few tenths.
Yeah, but
so
I mean,
he's
still
he
sixth.
Yeah, he knows that he's got the pace in Sector 1 and 2. So if he turns up the you know, his lap time, if he cranks it up a notch in Sector 3, he can fight for the pole. So let's see who else is out there. Stein's app is starting a hot lap. Let's stay on board. Go on.
Curious as to what MSD Sports doing on 3-lap old mediums.
Not sure. Maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe he's just laying down a ton. Maybe he's just laying down a ton of rubber. Maybe he's burning out in every corner to get it ready for those softs.
Yeah.
So who else is crossing the line? Looks like there's a Williams. I think that might be Zandvoort.
Staying on board with Stein.
Me as well, because we know Stein can fight for the pole. He's got some traffic up ahead, so what's going to happen with the traffic? Looks like it's Hubali. And Hubali's going to get out of the way, so heads up driving from Hubali.
Keeping it nice and tidy through there.
So you can see Stein, he's got a really good feel for the car. You can see the way he chucks it in with full confidence. Using up all of the track from curb to curb. On the power nice and early. Doesn't let off the throttle at all in the final corner.
No.
Looks like a really clean run. Will he be able to snatch pole? Not good enough for pole, but he does improve. Yeah, second row. Second row. So the Renault boys making a Racing Point sandwich. Hubali's in the pits.
The dirty combination right there.
Yeah.
The Renault boys.
Zandvoort's in the pits. So Zandvoort down in P15 at the moment on those mediums. I know he can do better. Let's see what happens here. Calibromp's in the pits. There, it looks like there is... Let's go on board with Vixify. Vixify is mighty, mighty quick. He's a new addition to the league. Very happy to have him with us. I think he's normally a PC racer, but he's trying out this PS4 thing. Let's see what he can do here.
Did a 121.4.
I think he can do better than that. He was having some issues with his, some hardware issues with this game not being downloaded or something, so he was copying up until like the last second. And he said he didn't get a whole lot of chance to practice, but how fast will he be able to adjust? And you can see these guys just how much later they're braking. Oh, and he invalidates his lap. He cuts a bit too much on the entry to that the high. Well, it's not a high-speed chicane, but
I do believe he's probably going to come into the pits and swap out tires now.
He might as well. He has to hurry if he wants to make it in time.
Got 2 minutes and 25 seconds roughly.
Yeah, meanwhile, who is this? Looks like FLR. I think he might be on an in-lap. All the guys getting out ready for the hot laps. So who's on a hot lap? I don't think anyone, yeah. I don't think anyone. I think the guys right now are hustling out for the out laps to make it in time for the start, or for the end, rather. A lot of people leaving the pits. The Williams, looks like the Ferrari of Will Butler. Yep, FLR into the pits. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out in time to do the lap, so I think that's going to be it for FLR.
MST still on the medium tire and in the pit.
MST's out. MST's out, but it looks like he's on the same tire.
Huh.
So I'm not sure what's happening. But he sees his opponent there coming and gets out of the way. So who's on a hot lap?
I'm following Adri right now.
Looks like there is a Red Bull of iConnect starting his hot lap. And Tone behind him starting his hot lap. And then Hubali behind him starting his hot lap. So, iConnect, Tone, Hubali, FedEx Runner, Steinmine. Steinmine was pushing to get past that Williams. He wants that clean air. They're starting to bunch up a bit in Sector 3. Everyone trying to get ready for their final hot lap.
Well, and here comes Adri. I believe he's on his hot lap right now, and he's coming up to these bunches of cars. It's going to be interesting as Steinzap pulls.
Yeah, and he lost time with all the traffic, unfortunately. But Adri will be able to do one more lap. In fact, if Adri stays here behind Steinzap, he could get a tow. Now, will that affect him with the dirty air? We're gonna have to see.
No,
and he backs off. He backs off. I don't think he's happy. I do not think he's happy. He hit a lot of traffic.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in regards to that.
Base crosses the line. He's still in 6th. MST crosses the line. He's still in 14th. So tough day from MST. Let's go on board with Tone. Tone's in the penultimate corner, the final corner.
Yep.
What can Tone do? We know he's quick. 1:19.9, so he does improve, but it's not enough to improve his position.
Still a solid lap.
Yeah.
He's in a great spot.
Yeah, let's see who else is in here. iConnect is crossing the line, but I don't think he's improved. He's off the throttle.
Coming up to the
penultimate corner.
Yep.
Flat out.
Nice and tidy.
Flat out.
You lost a little bit.
A touch, but I think he can improve. He does improve, and he snatches 6 from Cali Rab. Renee improves to 119.2. Steinzap invalidates, so he's out. Adri backed off, so he's out. I think we're just waiting for Will, and he's out. Wow.
So that's pretty much going to have it, correct?
I think so.
So yeah, that's going to be our qualifying, I do believe. Yes. So it is locked in for the race. So to go through the order real quick, guys, we have in P1, we have Renko. P2 we have Adri. P3 we have Steinzap. Taun is in 4th, Zandvoort in 5th, Steinman 6th, Cali Rob 7th, Dace is in 8th, FLR 9th, 10th, Hubali. That will be the top of the order. And for those that are going to be able to choose their tires, 11th we have Iconex, 12th we have FedEx Runner, 13th W Butler, 14th Cam, 15th MST, 16th RTB Vixtify. I didn't get the last two, sorry.
It's all good.
I was looking forward to see who was going to be the first to break into that 118, but Renko falling just short at 119.1, 2?
Yeah, I mean, it was really close. And we know Vixtify's quick, but he wasn't able to get a lap in. It seems like he was having some kind of connection issues.
But some
and they're both readying up, so why are you like this, Premier Tour?
That was a nice feeling to sit there and be able to go through your strategies today.
It was.
I've really appreciated that. So the big boys not setting a very good example as far as
the issue is the guys know how to drive fast. Not the best at following instructions.
Not the best at having patience.
No, okay. But it reflects in their lap times. Okay.
Hopefully everybody got in and chose the strategy that they wanted.
I think so. Let's see who's on what tire. And we can see the predicted pit stop strategy there. It's likely going to be a one-stop, either soft to hard or soft to medium as possible. Maybe some people on the two-stop. I don't think that's going to be the best strategy. I think you'll lose too much time, but we'll see. Let's see, who's on what tire?
So for those, we actually have Cam starting on the hard compound tire.
I don't think that's a bad strategy.
I don't think it's a bad strategy either.
Stay with everyone while they're fumbling over each other, and maybe they'll be faster, but if people are going to be battling each other up ahead, that'll keep you within range of that slipstream. And if you can stay with them on the inferior tire, then in theory, when you're on the superior tire, you should be able to fly by them. So we'll see. He's probably going to try to get to lap 19, 20 or so, and then get on those soft tires and just fly at the end. But Renee, a shout out to Renee, stepping up to the challenge. Some of these newer guys are incredibly quick. Adri, Dace, Steinzap's always quick. Tone is always lightning quick. So we'll see. Everything's still yet to play out for it.
I do believe that if I'd have started on the back half, I think I would have gone for the medium tire. Tried to maintain a gap to the front runners and been on the superior tire at the end.
I agree with you. Here's the thing. Here's a scenario. What if there's a safety car lap, I don't know, lap 7 or something? If you're on those hard tires, you can't go into the hard tires from there. If you're on the soft tires, you can use that to get on the hards and go to the end from there.
And also, as we know here at this track specifically, things happen. People spin out and hit the wall. So it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. We got 2, 3, 4, 5 lights.
And they're off. Round 1 of Season 2 begins. The Premier
looks like
Tier.
Adrian gets a good start. Steinman.
Oh, and it looks like Renee. A lot of the guys ghosting for some reason.
Yeah.
Renee's off. Oh, and he's off. I'm not sure what happened with Renee. That's Renee and Zandvoort
like
off.
Adri. What happened to Ren?
Renee spun. So Adrian in the lead, followed by Steinzap.
We have a little bit of a glitch with Steinman saying he's a P1, but as
It's
of
just
the moment,
it's just the timing screen, yeah. So Adri P1, Steinzap P2, Tone P3, Really happy to see Tone up in the mix. Everybody loves Tone. So looks like there is a yellow in Sector 2. I think Renee might have spun again on those. He lit up the rears. I'm not sure what happened. Did you see what happened?
I did not. Oh, Steinman gets loose through the corner.
Oh,
and hits
no.
the wall.
So he's still in it.
It looks
iConnex.
like another Red Bull is off.
Yeah, iConnex is out.
And
Safety
there's
car.
a big pile up in
Safety
Sector
car.
3.
Safety car.
Oh no. So what
I'm not sure what happened, but I think the safety car is for iConnex. Yeah, the Red Bulls had similar fates, unfortunately, in that fast chicane. So who's up in the chat here?
So let's see what Steinman is coming into the pit for, obviously a wing change. And
Well, he
what
now.
do you think as far as tires?
I think he goes long. I think he goes long, but we'll see. Sajek is in the
He's
pits.
going with the medium.
Renee's in the pits.
Not a bad idea from Renee. Going with the medium set of tires.
Yeah, you know what? The thing is, you don't lose anything, even if you have to do an extra pit stop here. You can't take anything to the end. So you're going to have to pit again. All the guys in the front runners did not pit because it's still too early for them. You're still in the game here with the safety car.
That's right. Maybe a little bit of extra work to, go through, but as far as the hard compound tires, I don't know. I think I would have gone with the medium. It's a little bit more superior than a hard, and you still got to pit again.
You do still have to pit again. No, I think it's possible you can take these hards to the end. Now, will you be able to drive fast all the way to the end? That's still, to be determined. Yeah. I don't think you can, because I know you can take the softs. You can easily take the softs. No, you can do 12, 13 laps on the softs.
Right.
You can do, at least based on that, knowing that you can do 16 laps on the mediums to do that second stint, you can do at least 16 to 20 laps. So can you do 20 to 29 laps on the hards? I think you can.
I do believe you probably could, but that being said, Cam, starting on hard tires, he would still have to pit again. But for those that came into the pits and switched tires during the safety car that went onto the hards, we'll see what that strategy plays out towards the end.
So here's the thing. I think Cam's in a great spot. I'll tell you why. A lot of the guys behind him are now on that same strategy, but they're behind him now. So all the guys that he's fighting on the same strategy are way further back. So now he can try to push to stay with these soft tire runners. We know he's got pace. I think he can stay with Military Shadow. If he can stay in that slipstream train and get tugged along, so to speak, I think he's going to do really great. Because if he can stay with them when they pit for these mediums, he's going to be flying on those softs. And we know how fast Cam is in the final stages of the races. So it looks like there's some kind of glitch where it's just constantly showing Cam's fastest laps down below, but I think that stands for now, but I think it's going to change. Yeah, it is going to change. I think that lap is actually from qualifying because he started on the hards. So disregard that bottom fastest lap notifier there.
Gotcha.
That's a glitch. So Shep is up in the chat. How's it going, Shep? iConnex said we got some info from iConnex down in the Red Bull garage. He said he got wing damage off the start, and he was trying to push with that wing damage through the chicane, and he lost it. So tough day.
Break.
Yeah, tough break for iConnex. We know he's quick. He's a great racer, and we're going to have to wait for the next race. And what is Hubali doing? I hope he's not causing contact there. Okay. So I would imagine, yeah, safety car is in this lap.
Yep. So we're going to go back to racing.
So let's...
controlling the pace until the start.
So another one to watch out for is Renee. So Renee, I think right now is going to be fighting with a chip on his shoulder. He knows he has to cut through the pack if he wants any chance of fighting up for the podium. So Grumpy Old Catman is saying in the chat that the hards drop off after 22 to 24 laps. So, yeah, by the end of the race, those guys are going to be really fighting those tires. We'll see what they can do.
That's why I like the tire selection from Ren to jump in. I mean, he's got to come into the pits regardless.
Yeah.
Throw on the medium tires. You know you got to pit again. Get some softness. FLR gets a penalty.
Yeah, FLR for contact into the safety car. That's contact into the safety car.
And Adrian goes as he crosses the line, and we're going to go back to racing. And it looks like Dace has kept a pretty decent gap to Taun in front of him.
Yep. As we see all the cars cycling.
Oh, and it looks like Ren has got past Tubali.
Yeah, so I told you he's going to waste no time.
Oh,
very close.
He tries to look up the inside of
Very
Ren.
close, but he thought the better of it, and I would agree with his judgment there. Tubali needs to race his own race. He's already 3 laps on the softs. He needs to make those last. He's committed to the one-stopper, it seems. Otherwise, he would have pit already under the safety car. So who's the closest battle on track at the moment?
It looks like right now MST Sport is about
right behind Zandvoort.
2.5 behind Zandvoort.
This is another guy. He's fallen back a little bit.
Yeah, he did fall a little bit. And FedEx Runner is getting a good run on FLR. Oh, just the front of the pack right now is pretty close. So we're still waiting for the DRS to be enabled.
Yeah, I think it'll be enabled this lap. Or this coming lap, rather. Let's go back up to the front. Let's go and see what Dace is doing.
I'm riding on board FedEx Runner at the moment, right up the backside of FLR.
Yeah, so it looks like Adri, he's got the pace to stay out of reach of Steinzap. And now we've got Steinzap in second, Taun in third, and Dace just behind him in fourth.
Oh, FLR gets a little funky out of that.
Now he's under attack from at FedEx.
He is.
But he's not close enough to dive down the inside.
But we are coming up to a straightaway, which is a better overtaking opportunity.
So now we've got Dace just behind Taun in the battle for third, and FedEx just behind FLR. As Steinmine picks up a penalty.
Tallyrod picks up a penalty as well. What? No, that was Steinmine.
And it looks like someone got disqualified for going the wrong way. Wow, Calirob is out. He must have spun.
Oh, no.
And he's out. The game determined that he probably thought he was driving the wrong way. He was probably trying to get turned back around. Incredibly unlucky for Calirob.
DRS has been enabled. And that is Codemasters wrapped up into a shell for you.
Yeah, tough day for Calirob. I don't think that was any fault of his own, but not much that can be done there. So what's going on right now? Who's the close?
Shadow is starting to reel in RTB.
But for how much longer? Because Military Shadow's on those softs that are going to die out, and RTB is on the mediums.
Oh, Military Shadow goes a little bit wide, and that gives Ren an opportunity to reel him in.
Yeah, so we know Ren is going to be fighting like a madman to try to get back to the front. You know he's got to be angry.
You can definitely see
and
the steam rising from the helmet.
And Renee's got wing damage. Renee's got wing damage. Front left, his end plate's gone. So when did that happen?
Yeah, it is.
But he still
might have been trying to fight through the traffic and maybe knocked it off.
But who's behind him? Zandvoort? I don't see Zandvoort, him and Zandvoort colliding, but it could have been.
It might have been Military Shadow.
Could be. But now he's committed to only doing one more stop unless he wants to fall way back. So he's going to have to.
His pace is still good, but I mean, what do you do in this position if you're Ren?
Well, we're going to find out. Let's see what he does as Adri puts in the best lap time.
And he will not come into the pit.
No, so he's gonna stick it out on this stint, but he's gonna be another. I mean, I'm on board with Dace. He's not quite close enough. Tone closes the door. And these guys are having an epic battle here for P3. Let's go down to Steinmine. Having a great battle with Sejek.
Yeah.
Getting the up.
There's a couple of battles going on here. Nothing really happening at the moment, just some time differences being closed in.
And Military Shadow getting a time penalty. So he was pushing his luck.
Oh, Ren is all over the backside of Military Shadow.
Oh, and Military Shadow goes wide. He went wide. So Renee showing that trademark consistency, and he took the position. And Steinmine is also just behind Sejek. And he's falling back a bit. So I'm going to go back on...
FedEx Runner is all over the backside of FLR.
Yeah, let's go on board with FedEx Runner.
And he gets a good exit.
He's got the DRS.
In the corner.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
FLR does not. And he decides to fight another day. Looks like Steinmine is also...
Yeah, let's go on board with Steinmine. Oh, but he was, yeah, Sejek went pretty wide. Didn't give Steinmine a whole lot of room. So I'm sure.
That makes Butler going around the
inside.
Oh,
and again, he's bullied a bit there. I don't think Stein's going to be very happy.
All right, Stein, time to get your elbows out, buddy.
Yeah. So tough day so far for Steinmine.
FedEx Runner is also trying to have another go at FLR.
And Zandvoort is closing up on...
Military Shadow.
Yeah, let's go on board with Zandvoort. So he's getting closer and closer.
He's also reeling in Vixtify.
Yeah, let's go on board.
He's all over the bumper of him.
Yeah, let's go on board with Renee. Renee showing incredible pace with a lack of a left end plate.
He wants to be as close as possible, make a good exit in the penultimate corner into the straightaway.
Wow, when he goes a little bit wide. I think he might have gotten a warning for that one.
Oh, it looks like he's going to dive down the inside. No, he thinks twice about it.
Yeah, he's going to set himself up for here, and he set himself up perfectly. Vixtify gets a little bit squirrely there, and he's going to go for it.
Oh, he's so close.
He's going for it. A little bit of contact.
Oh!
A little bit of contact.
And it looks like behind him in Military Shadow, Zandvoort and MST are having a nice little battle.
Yeah.
They're going 3 wide.
3 wide.
Nobody.
No one is willing to back off. Yeah, no one's willing to back down, not even an inch here.
Ren getting a penalty, 3 seconds.
Well, he's been pushing his luck on those on the track limits, trying to get by Vixtify, and unfortunately...
I'm sure that end plate being missing is not making it easy.
Well, the thing just doesn't want to turn. Dace getting a time penalty. So far we've got Adri P1, Steinzap P2, Dace P3. Top 3 runners doing really, really well.
And it looks like Ren is once again on the backside of Vixtify.
So Cali Rob's in the chat. Yeah, Cali Rob's in the chat. Tough to see, Rob. I don't think that was any fault of your own necessarily, but I'm sure you'll bounce back for the next one, buddy.
Oh, and Ren hits the wall coming out of the penultimate corner.
And that front left end plate is gone, so I don't think it...
Oh!
No! There's contact there.
That was wild.
I think Renee is going to be all over the team radio. He took a second even to turn on the DRS, so you can see that he's a little bit rattled by that.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to pit. There's no way. There's just no way. He's lost so much time, and he's losing time even still. As Zandvoort is all over.
Yeah, Zandvoort is now all over the back. So Zandvoort smells blood. Zandvoort is pushing hard now.
And so, you know, with that end plate missing, you gotta You got to brake a little bit earlier.
Take the corner a bit slower.
Yeah, it's really tough to manage that.
He's doing a pretty decent job, but what is your take on that squeeze there from Vixify?
I don't know. You definitely think that he probably didn't see him, but it's hard to say.
Oh!
He gets a little bit wide and runs into the side of Zandvoort.
Zandvoort is okay though. He has no wing damage.
Oh, and here comes MST Sport. Squeezing a little bit of.
And Renee's losing time. That's Renee. Renee's in the pits. So Zandvoort got away with that one. Renee broke loose. It doesn't look like Zandvoort has wing damage.
And we've got some people coming into the pits for the hard tires now.
And Zandvoort just picks up a time penalty there. So yeah, it looks like Renee is going for those hard tires. No, he's going. Is he on the mediums? He's going for the mediums.
Yes, he is on the mediums.
Yeah, he can take those mediums to the end.
Yeah, 17 laps.
Vixify getting a penalty, Zandvoort getting a time penalty. So Military Shadows opted for the hards.
I do believe that incident into turn 1, as rough as it was probably still a racing incident.
Yeah, I think he was just about clear of him, and I mean, are you really going to make a move around the outside when you're not even there on the outside quite just yet? I just don't see how you would have been able to maneuver around him, especially with the busted wing,
yeah.
But I'm sure it'll be reviewed. We didn't really see it, so I'm sure the stewards will review after the race.
MST is starting to close in on Zandvoort.
Well, the guys are both on 9-lap old tires, and MST's on the hards. So right around this time, I think, is when these mediums start to lose that little bit of bite and seem to be on equal now with the hards.
As Hubali picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, Military Shadow picking up another penalty.
Vix to 5.
And Stein's up in the pits.
Yep.
Stein's up in the pits. He pit on lap. It looks like lap 11. 11 laps on the softs. He probably feels like he's losing out too much. So he's on the mediums now. He's going to have to do 18 laps on the mediums. So that's Cam in 8th. Will in 7th. Doing really, really, really great. First race with us here today. MST is still trying to chase down Zandvoort. He might be able to make a move down the inside.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna.
Yeah. Zandvoort concedes the position. It's very tight through there. So Zandvoort is a really, really smart driver. I think he's going to try to stay in that slipstream. What other action do you see on track at the moment, T?
Well, I was on board with MST, but it looks like maybe Jack, however you say that, man.
Let's go on board with him. So he's just behind Zandvoort, and now he's starting to close down on Zandvoort. So Sejak, he's doing really good in that top group of cars. His first race with us, and no time penalties.
As that being said, it looked like Steinmine started to close the gap a little bit.
So the guys are out of sequence because when they pit, I think it's going to be Adrian Steinzap again.
And it looks like Steinmine is up the inside of Sejak.
Great move. Great move.
All three Stein.
And Adrian's trying to get him on traffic.
Oh! Forward.
That was close. He had to back off.
That was some heads-up driving. It's a miracle that no plates were broken, no wing damage.
That could have been really, really bad.
I'm riding on board with Adri at the moment as he's trying to get back at Sejak.
Now I wonder if Sejak has wing damage. He does not, so the guys both are going to be okay. Man, that was close. So the guys are still... Adri trying to make a move around the outside. He gets the move done around the outside.
He does.
Really great driving from Adri. He knows he needed to start making forward progress. And he was being stuck behind Sejak, who hasn't pit yet. So that could be a race-determining move there.
And
Vixify's in the pits. Well, what tire will Vixify go onto? He's going to have to go onto the hards, I think. Yeah, and now he's going to be a lot slower. I'm surprised he couldn't take those mediums longer.
Yeah.
He probably felt like he was losing time. So let's go back on board with Will.
Well, W. Butler looks
Yeah.
like he's not far behind Stein.
He does pick up a time penalty there, but he's putting the pressure on Stein. Here's what I think is interesting. The net leader is Adri on the hards.
Right.
The net P2 is Steinzap, and he is on the mediums. We know Steinzap is good at saving the tires, and we know obviously that the medium tires are faster than the hards. So I think this will allow Stein to start reeling in Adri. But
Yes.
will he be able to do it in time? Because Adri is no slouch. He's lightning fast, just no matter the tire.
Yes, and he's also, gaining some time on Steinmine, and that also between the two, Adri nor Stein have time penalties.
Yeah, Adri, Stein, and FedEx Runner are the only runners without time penalties, even though it looks like FedEx Runner did cause a collision under the safety car. So I'm sure that'll be reviewed after. But I think Will's doing a great job. Will be.
As that being said, FedEx picks up a 3-second time penalty.
So tough for FedEx. And who is that?
And
Sesejek in the
Stein-
pits.
Yep.
And he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits.
Oh, no.
That's going to cost him.
Adri closing in on Steinmine,
So what can Steinzap do from second?
and he goes up the inside. Looks like
Yeah, he
Stein doesn't even fight him.
He's got the move done. He's got the move done. So really, really nice move from Adri. If he would have got stuck behind Stein, then I would have allowed Steinzap to close in on him. But the way it is now, he's able to run away. Now, Adri does have traffic ahead. You can see the cars of Zandvoort and MST ahead. How Adri gets around that traffic is going to determine what Steinzap's able to do to close in on him from behind.
And the battle with for 6th and 7th days was looking up the inside of Butler.
Yeah.
And they made a bit of contact.
Did you see any damage?
I haven't seen any just at this moment.
Will looks like he's getting a little bit squirrely. Dace is trying to move on the inside.
He did, and he gets it done.
He gets it done. And FedEx Runner is now right behind it. FedEx Runner making a move on Will in the penultimate corner. A little bit of contact. Gets the elbows out. Nice move from FedEx. Will continues. Oh, and FedEx Runner goes. He gets a little squirrely.
And that's going to allow Butler to come back a little bit.
A little bit. Who's going to get a better exit here? They both get a decent exit. I don't think he's going to be able to do something here. Yeah, FedEx also has the DRS.
We have P1, 2, and 3 all close to each other.
Let's go back on board. Let's go back on board. We know Zandvoort is going long, but I don't think he's going to want to give up the position easily to Adri. Adri gets a better drive out of the corner. Also, how is Steinzap going to be able to get around Steinmine?
Looks like Adri was having a look, making him feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, but Zandvoort is the pro. Nothing will phase that guy.
It looks like Zandvoort might be out of ERS deployment, so that's going to allow Adri to go up the inside.
Great move from Adri. Oh, and he breaks loose. He broke loose. He holds on to it. Military Shadow, another time penalty.
Yeah.
So how much longer is Zandvoort going? He's probably going to go, I would imagine, another couple laps or so before he jumps onto the hards.
Yep.
And Steinmine into the pits. Steinmine into the pits. Medium tires. So that's perfect. That's worked out perfectly for Steinzap, because as Steinzap was starting to approach Steinmine, instead of having to fight his way past, Steinmine just went into the pits. So that issue took care of itself for Steinzap.
Yes.
So now he can see Adri just ahead. Adri is not any more than 2 seconds ahead.
Well, here's an interesting thing. Zandvoort in P3 at the moment behind Adri, 15-lap-old medium.
He's going to have to pit again.
Yes. Oh, and it looks like MST got a little bit squirrely on the exit, and here comes Adri up the backside of him.
Yeah, so now Adri's starting to close in on him.
And MST on 15 lap old hard tires.
Yeah, so this is his 16th lap on those hard tires. But MST doing really well to stay ahead.
Yeah.
And there's a yellow. It looks like Hubali. Hubali spun on the exit of the fast chicane. No damage, so he'll continue. So we're on board with Zandvoort. You can see Adri and MST just ahead, battling it out. So. Oh, and MST's getting squirrely. Yeah, MST
starting. He's probably losing a bit of grip.
Yeah, he's reaching the point where those tires are starting.
Oh, and Zandvoort gets a little bit squirrely off of that runoff bumper.
Yeah. We know that's a dangerous piece of AstroTurf. So what's the action right now? I think we're covering all the action at the moment. I think FedEx Runner is starting to close in on Dace. Let's check in with FedEx Runner real quick. This is a battle for P5. Both of these guys on the hard tires taking up to the end.
And as well, Steinzap is starting to reel in on Zandvoort.
So let's go back on board with the top four again.
Adri making a move. Doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it. He tried around the outside. Wasn't quite going to work, but he tried it. Credit to him. Renee getting another penalty. A really tough day for Renee today.
Looks like Zan coming into the pit.
Zandvoort's in the pit, so he's getting out of the way of Steinzap. So again, this is working out perfectly for Steinzap. Now, Steinzap is just behind, and that battle that Adri is going through right now to try to get around MST is helping Steinzap.
Yeah. It's allowing him to close the gap to get into that fight with Adri.
Yep.
For what will probably be P1.
Yep, this is going to be the battle for the lead once MST pits.
If he pits.
Yeah, I think he started on the mediums, right? He could even take these all the way to the end, but that would be almost 30 laps. I don't know if he will, but we'll see. I think he'd be better off pitting for some soft or something.
Yeah. Adri just bringing the heat to the backside of MST.
Well, Adri, we know he's incredibly quick. He doesn't relent for 1 second. He pushes like a madman all race.
He's looking around the outside. They make a bit of contact.
A little bit of a touch.
And this is allowing Stein to just dial it in.
Yeah, so now Stein is within striking distance. MST in the pits. So this has worked out. This has worked out perfectly for Steinzap. All of the runners that were ahead of him.
Yeah, and Steinzap on the superior tire. This is going to be a very interesting battle.
Here's the thing, though. These tires are not going to be superior for too much longer, so he's got to make a move. And it looks like Adri looks like he was disconnecting or something. That was weird.
Yeah, that was a bit of, whoa, it looks like you got a little loose. And
Adri's getting
all
really
over
loose.
The backside of Adri.
I'm not sure what's happening with Adri. So FedEx Runner is still 3/10 behind Dace, can't get around Dace. And it looks like CamCam's making a move on Sisejek for 12th. Let's go back to the lead.
Also too, Steinmine closing in on Zan.
Yeah, he is closing in on him. Let's check out what's happening up.
FedEx Runner.
Yeah, FedEx Runner trying to make a move on Dace. So these guys have been nose to tail for a long time here.
Yep. Let's see, because, you know, FedEx Runner's going to get the DRS into the straightaway.
Yep, so you can see him closing.
He is a bit back, though. Yeah, he's a little too far away.
Meanwhile, Adri holding that gap to Steinzap at about 7 tenths. It's coming down to about 6 tenths. He's just not close enough.
FedEx Runner's going around the inside of Dace and gets the move done.
He gets the move done. Great move from FedEx. Let's check in with Steinmine. Steinmine is in 9th, trying to chase down Zandvoort, but Zandvoort is on the superior soft tires. MST just behind. So MST went very, very long in his first stint, and now he's going to be flying. Tone is out. Not sure what happened with Tone. So I'm not really sure what happened with Tone, because he was in P3 at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, second Tone's still in, though.
Yeah, he's still in, so maybe he disconnected. Maybe you can send him an invite to the game.
Has he disconnected?
Yeah, he's out of the session. I don't know why. So let's see what's happening right now. We've got Dace just behind FedEx Runner. Dace trying to get right back by him. As FedEx Runner locks up into the penultimate corner. MST makes his way past Steinmine. MST made his way past Steinmine in the heavy braking after that back DRS straight. So great move from MST. MST on the superior tire. Now that's going to run out after a little bit, so Steinmine got to stay with him. Cam just behind Vixtify. He's going to try to make a move. And it looks like Dace is back ahead of FedEx Runner. Wow, Cam around the outside in turn 1. Great move from Cam. And he's got the DRS. So let's go back on board. With the guys in front. FLR closing in on Will for 5th.
Yeah.
FedEx Runner closing in on Dace for 3rd.
Zandvoort also getting fairly close to Ren.
Yep. Zandvoort on the superior tires. And we still have Steinzap in P2.
Oh, and he locks up coming into the penultimate corner.
He does it. Yeah, penultimate. I don't think that's going to cost him any time, though. Oh, and it looks like there is a Haas that has spun. So Cedric spun. So tough for Cedric because he was fighting in those top positions.
Yeah, looks like the moment Zandvoort is all over. Oh, he taps the wall, gets a 3-second time penalty. Trying to stay onto the backside of Ren.
Does he have damage? I don't think he does.
I don't believe he does.
He does pick up a time penalty, though. He's really pushing those track limits.
And it looks like FedEx Runner is starting to close the gap to Dace.
Oh, and there's some contact there in the battle for P4. It looks like Will and FLR getting the elbows out in the corner.
Yeah. Butler's still all over the backside of FLR.
A little bit of a touch. I think they're going to get away with that one. Doesn't affect anyone too much. Renee now is having to sniff around the outside of Will.
And he has to go defensive. Oh.
Oh, and Will.
Incident with.
Yeah, Will forces him off. That lets Steinmine gets past Renee.
Just a tough day for Renee.
But that's a tough corner there because if you're not really used to going side by side there, you don't 100% know what speed you need to go to hold that inside line.
Yeah, just not a very good.
It's not a good place to overtake.
Yeah.
And Zandvoort now, yeah, he's getting all kinds of sideways.
So I don't know, maybe if I was Ren, I'd have probably waited as Zandvoort goes down the inside of Butler.
Unfortunately, Renee is in the mentality where he feels he needs to push. MST making the move.
Goes around the inside.
Yeah, MST with the DRS. A great move from MST. So that was always going to happen. MST on the softs, FLR on the hards, but FLR doing...
Ren going around the outside of Butler gets the job done and is starting to reel in Steinmine.
Yeah, he's on the inside for the heavy braking here. So nice move from Renee. Now I wonder if Renee has damage. I don't think he does, as Hubali picks up another time penalty. So Tone, it looks like his internet failed, so awful luck for Tone. And we were so happy to see him fighting for those podium spots in the beginning of the race, so tough day. So let's stay on board with Zandvoort. Zandvoort's now chasing down FLR. I think this is the closest battle on track at the moment. As Military Shadow picks up another time penalty. So they've got the AI car of Tone, and they get through. So what can Zandvoort do here? He's flying.
Looks like he's going to get the job done.
He does, down the inside for turn 1. So great move from Zandvoort. Now Zandvoort needs to drive away from him here.
And
So
this is where these penalties are going to start to come into effect, whereas Zandvoort has a 9 seconds worth of time penalties.
And Adri, keep in mind, we didn't see it, but it looks like Adri...
Oh, he's got a 3-second time penalty.
He does.
So
Adri picked up a time penalty.
Keep it within that 3 seconds and also keep it tidy, and he's got this win today.
Now, at the same time, we know Adri's quick, so can Adri drive away, but he is on those hard tires.
Yes, but also too, Steinzap on 13-lap-old mediums.
So those mediums are going to start to go as well. Military Shadow's out. So I think he parked it into the pits. Tough day for Military Shadow.
Hopefully that doesn't bring out a safety car.
No, he did it in the pits.
Oh, okay.
Of all the ways to do it, that's the right way.
Yeah, and it looks like Steinmine is starting to get close to FLR.
Let's go on board Steinmine. Steinmine is on the better tires. He's had a tough race, but he can still salvage a good result here if he pushes right now.
It looks like nothing's going to change as we have a DRS, a bit of a DRS train.
So FedEx Runner is still right on the back of Dace. FedEx Runner with only 9 seconds of penalties. Meanwhile, Dace has got 12. Yeah, Rob saying, damn, it looks like such a good race. Agreed, Rob. We hate that you're not in it.
Yeah.
Military Shadow's out, so tough day for Military Shadow.
Staying on board with Steinmine as he ever so slightly is starting.
Me as well. Oh, and Dace picks up a time penalty, but so does FedEx Runner. So that means FedEx Runner still has a 3-second advantage on him. And you can see, actually, if you look at the deltas from Adri to Steinzap, Steinzap's starting to fall back a bit.
Yeah.
And now he's 2 seconds adrift. Can Adri push in these last few laps to build a 3-second gap?
Well, definitely Stein is more than likely losing quite a bit of grip at this point.
And Cam makes some.
Those mediums.
Cam makes a move on Will. So great move from Cam. And Cam can make up a lot of positions because he's only got a 3-second penalty. Meanwhile, Renee and Steinmine ahead of him have 6 and 12 respectively.
Yeah. And it looks like Steinmine going around the outside of FLR.
He tried it.
No contact made.
No contact. He did back out, but fair play to Stein.
And it looks like Steinzap
He's starting to fall back.
2.3, yeah.
3 laps. Can Adri, our leader, can he build a gap of 3+ seconds to hold on to that win? So I'm on board with FedEx. And actually, let's go on board with Steinmine.
Yep.
This is still the closest battle. So Steinmine will have the DRS after this left-right chicane.
Oh, FLR gets a little squirrely.
He does.
And he's out of VRS.
But so is Steinmine.
Steinmine looking up the inside.
He went for the move. That was very close. FLR probably didn't give him as much space as he wanted, but he was far enough up ahead that he can determine that corner. But you can see Steinmine placing his car I would say, the
It
perfect.
looks like FedEx runner is going to get the run on Dace. Oh, and
Dace gets a little
Brought it
squirrely out of there,
yep.
but Dace gets a good exit. And I'm going to go back on
2
board of
laps to
Steinmine.
go.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. Adri pushing out that gap. It's not quite where it needs to be to hold on to the window.
Yeah.
FLR doing an amazing job of defense there, making that AlphaTauri as wide as possible.
And it looks like Steinzap has gained a little bit of ground back from Adri.
Let's go on board with Steinzap. I think he might have used up a bit of overtake from what was left. But the gap is now back up to 2.6, 2.7. So Adri building it out by another 10th or so. So Adri will cross the line here, and this will be the last lap of the race.
Oh, and Stein falls back past that 3 seconds.
He does. So Hubali, the lap car, giving him dirty air. So I'm not sure why Hubali is not getting out of the way here. So Hubali here is costing his compatriot a lot of time with dirty air. So Hubali, the lap car,
Yeah, coming in out of the turn 1, it looks like Hubali got past Steinzap for some reason.
but why would he be pushing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think likely this will be an incident that will be sent over to the stewards for review.
Yeah, maybe. And now at this point, at 3.5 seconds,
It's too
behind
late.
Adri.
It's too late.
Yeah, even if he gets,
DRS. He's falling too far back. So Cam making a move on Renee. Not sure what happened, but Cam's by. Steinmine is just behind FLR.
And it looks like Adri's going to be the one to cross the line first. And
So, yeah, and
hold
Steinmine.
that position.
Yeah, so great job from Adri. Yeah, and Steinmine just doesn't have quite enough. Steinzap holds on to second.
And it looks
7
he
tenths.
has-
So there's third, fourth, and fifth. MST up to third.
Yes. And Steinmine.
He's going to fall back the order with those penalties as Cam crosses the line, as Renee crosses the line.
A
And
lot of movement.
Yet further back,
Ability.
we've got Vixify trying to catch Will.
And Will, because W. Butler has 12 seconds worth of penalties.
And he's out of fuel. He runs out of fuel at the last lap. So Cedric. He also runs out of fuel, it looks like. And he crosses the line. Wow.
You know why I think, well, no.
So I'm not
I was
sure.
gonna say Maybe the reason Hubali did that is to not.
So is that some drama? Is that from drama? Because season 1 teammates in Team Renault were Hubali and Steinzap. Did that relationship completely deteriorate? Is that the reason that we see Steinzap, staying at Renault and Hubali going to Mercedes?
I don't know. But it was definitely an interesting thing to see, and something I quite can't wrap my head around.
So I would imagine down here at the pit lane that Steinzap and Hubali are going to have some fierce words for each other. Hubali, I'm sure, will have thought that he had the right to try to get out of the way and pass him and drive off into the distance on the new tires. But Steinzap would beg to differ. He got compromised. So, T1 for Adri. Great job from Adri.
Great race today. Tough break for Ren.
Who was your driver of the day here?
I think I will have to give it to Adri. a driver of the day. You know, maintaining his composure as far as after the time he got the penalty, was able to drive away from Steinzap and maintain that P1 position.
Yeah, I think when it's all said and done, you know, Adri started in second, and he was able to drive away from pretty much everybody and control the race, even though Steinzap in the end possibly could have had that one if it wasn't for that lap car giving him some dirty air, but that's neither here nor there. In the results, in the records book, it's going to show Adri first, Steinzap second. So couldn't have been a better start for Adri in his title chase. And yeah, that's round 1, season 2 here in Australia. So I've been joined by T Widow. Thank you for joining me, T Widow.
Yeah, thanks.
And for everyone that tuned in, thank you for tuning in. Check it out next week. We're back for round 2 at Bahrain. So take care, everybody.